Now, Nobel Peace Prize laureate Malala Yousafzai and women's rights advocate Zarqa Yaftali, with others, have launched a campaign and written an open letter addressed to the Taliban and world leaders, calling on them to defend Afghan girls' right to education. I spoke to both of them earlier, and they were sceptical of the Taliban's reasons for delaying girls' access to education. Have a listen.
I think we would hear mixed statements from the Taliban from time to time, and this has happened in the past as well. The Taliban would make no clear statement that girls are allowed to school. They are hesitant to say that. We would constantly hear that they are working on it, they will announce it soon. Sometimes they'll say that they have allowed girls, but girls are not choosing to go to school. So we would hear a mix of these responses, but the reality is that they would never issue a statement where they can say that, yes, girls can go to school. And it happened a month ago. They announced explicitly that boys can go to their school. So why can't they do the same for girls? And we have seen, as Zarqa mentioned, that in 1996, when they announced a temporary ban on girls' education, that lasted for 5 years. And I'm worried for my Afghan sisters and for Afghan girls that this ban might last for years if we do not take action immediately and ask the Taliban to announce that girls of all ages can go to school.
Yeah, Malala, I just want to know about this open letter that you've launched with others like Zarqa, addressing the Taliban and asking world leaders to really focus on putting pressure on the Taliban to get girls back to school.
Yes, so Zarqa, Shaharzad and I have launched this letter on the Awaz campaigning page, and we are asking the Taliban that they reverse the de facto ban on girls' education immediately and they allow girls their right to go to school. We have also asked Muslim countries and Muslim leaders to ensure that they take a stand for girls' education as well, because this is actually now their responsibility as well, that they announce that it is a girl's right under Islam that they go to school and they have access to knowledge and education. And we're also asking G20 leaders that they immediately take an action to defend girls' right to education and they support education work in Afghanistan.
Zarqa, as you pointed out, you've lived under the Taliban rule. You were denied an education then. What sort of justifications do they use? Because Malala just indicated there that Muslim leaders need to take responsibility as well, putting pressure on the Taliban that it is un-Islamic to ban girls from going to school. But how are the Taliban justifying this under their version of Sharia law?
From my perspective, the narration that Taliban have from Sharia law, it is their own justification, because now and all over the world and all among Islamic countries, Afghanistan is the first one that there is some restriction and prevention for women's rights, especially for girls' education. And the reason that the Taliban spokesman from the Ministry of Education mentioned regarding to security situation and regarding that girls are not going to school, I think it is not the reality, because our girls, we went to school in very bad security situation in Afghanistan.